Hey everybody, it's thorfinn here, and today what I want to do is go over kind of the crucial things you need to understand when you warm up, right? When you aim train, things like that, right? Things to practice, etc. So the first thing that we're going to be doing here is kind of talking about how you really need to be like focused and you need to be really dialed in on doing these tasks. So I have a few playlists that I will be putting in the description here for Kovacs. I have an A1D 2024 playlist. I have a goated playlist #1 by Mr. Screwface and a micro adjustments playlist by Rebo. You can also find like the ramp warm up by Mini God. But personally, these are the three playlists that I use the most to help train my aim. And some of you might think, well, you're not the greatest aimer in the world, that's why I aim train. Okay, if I was the greatest aimer in the world, I wouldn't aim train. But no, I mean, I've increased my headshot percentage like literally by like 5% ever since doing these on a day-to-day basis, and so can you. The first thing you need to do when you're warming up, I need you to take your phone and huck that shit across the room, right? Okay, maybe don't actually huck it, don't break your phone, but what I'm saying is put it somewhere where you don't pay attention to it, right? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and then this, right? Crazy ass playlists, I know, don't worry about it. All right, some of these are for D&D, but most of these are just for music, right? I like to listen to Japanese alternative rock. That's kind of my fucking jam as of late. So pop that on and just do some Kovacs, some simple aim training, right? Don't really worry first about going like quick. What you want to do is focus on accuracy, and more specifically, you want to focus on smoothing your aim. Now, here's the thing, right? I can do this movement, like this really snaky sort of S movement, but what you want to do is focus on trying to get the straightest line, okay? Now, this will help you with speed even if you don't aim quickly. Let me kind of load back into that, just kind of show you, right? So for example, the quickest path from this to this is a straight line, right? Not moving in an S, okay? You're doing more work. So what we want to do is really focus on smoothing your aim, right? Don't have to go fast. Don't have to do anything like that, right? So focus on smoothing your aim in these tasks, right? There's a bunch of different tasks. This is for micro adjustments, things of that nature. One thing that you also want to focus on when you're doing these Kovacs tasks is making sure that you're not tensing any part of your body, okay? Pretty simple, right? Making sure that you're relaxed will help you make your aim more consistent. Because when you're putting pressure on your mouse, right, and you're tensing up, you're changing the, like how you would swipe your mouse, how you micro adjust and things like that. You're changing it. It's a constant variable because you're gripping your mouse in certain, like differently each time, right? It's not consistent. So not gripping your mouse and just relaxing and clicking these tasks, which is why I have music, right? I just get to chill, listen to music, click some balls, bada bing, bada fucking boom, okay? Another thing that you need to do, right, is you need to warm up your hands. Now, I personally am not a doctor, nor am I an expert in hand ligaments, okay? So I'm not going to be telling you exactly what you should do to warm up your hands, right? But look online. I know Valorant did a video, but personally what I would do is try to find like something online, like a medical study or something like that. There's definitely something out there. There's medical studies about everything that tell you like the proper way to actually like flex, warm up your hands, and stretch your hands as well to make sure that all of your ligaments in your hands are pretty chill, right? Most of the time you flex like muscles, ligaments, if I remember correctly, are not the same way, but what you can do with ligaments is more of just keep them kind of like fresh, I guess would kind of be the word, right? Like get the blood flowing to them. You can't really like work on your like flexibility of ligaments, but what you can do is sort of just warm them up and get the blood flowing, etc., right? So let's say you're done clicking away, right? You do your task. What is next, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna quit Kovacs, okay? and then you're going to load into Valorant. I'm going to close Spotify. Also, by the way, I have a problem with my Spotify. It just destroys itself. So if anyone has a go. All right, so now that we're done with Kovacs, we're done with doing our aim training for the day. What you're going to want to do is immediately load into the range, right? Now, when you're loading into the range, what you're going to want to do, the first thing that I like to do, right, is just kind of static flicking. Usually in this, I go faster than when I aim train. So if I'm going really fast that day, when I'm aim training and I'm feeling really snappy, I try to just up the tempo here. Okay. All right. And then once I'm starting to feel good, which is these static clicks, I throw in movement, right? Drifting left to right, double strafing, things of that nature, right? Now, here is a tactic that I want to talk to you guys here while I'm getting into this movement that you need to practice: crouch peeking. Everyone tells you that crouching is bad, and it is in certain situations, right? The lower rank you are, the worse crouching is, okay? Because instead of playing in like immortal, I'm not even gonna say ascendant, but like playing in immortal, right, where all of their crosshairs are aimed right here, right? Most of the time they're aimed down here, okay? And guess where your head goes? It goes like right here, basically. So their crosshair placement is shit, so when you crouch peek them, it just helps their crosshair placement. But when you're playing in immortal, when you're playing in scrims and things like that, a crouch peek could be the difference between life and death here. Now, I'm not saying crouch peek every angle. You have to kind of find when it works for you and when you feel comfortable doing it. For me, kind of what I use a crouch peek for is, let's say I'm like jiggling an angle, right? I'm jiggling an angle and this guy sees me. So what I'll do is I'll go a little bit wider and then crouch peek. So instead of jiggling again, I'll go wide and crouch peek. Right? And it takes practice, okay? It's not something you're going to be able to do on the first try. Okay? So, now that you're throwing in some crouches into your movement and practicing it, again, right, a crouch peek is not a crouch spray. A crouch peek is literally you're peeking and you're trying to like just insta burst tap this guy. And when you're crouch peeking, if you're out wide and you crouch peek and you miss, what I recommend is immediately untapping crouch and going back to sort of like an OSBOS less style of just strafing and being mobile, right? Whenever you crouch peek, don't sit here and just crouch spray like this if you whiff. When you're crouch peeking, you're going for a quick kill, and if you're not going for the kill, you're getting right back up and being mobile, okay? Always staying mobile, moving your crosshair, and specifically, like, a lot of people are doing this in APAC, like with Primi, right, with these crouch peeks. It's keeping your head bouncing up and down and making it hard for the enemy to get rewarded for good crosshair placement, okay? So once you're throwing in movement and things like that, what I recommend doing when you're doing these movement tasks is using a guardian. The reason why is you have to tap with the guardian, and if your movement is bad, you'll know it, okay? You'll be, see, look, my movement's bad, I'm missing shots. Things of that nature, right? Okay, once you're done doing this, right, what you need to focus on is movement and then flicking, right? So like that. You move your crosshair away, you make sort of bigger flicks, things of that nature. And then once you sort of get you're feeling it, right? You're getting going. You need to step all the way back here. Okay, most of these gunfights are taken. A lot of the times when you are missing shots, it's shots at range, right? So what you're gonna want to do is practice shooting, right? As you can see, the heads get smaller. If you get closer, they get bigger, etc. Right? Pretty simple. So what you want to do is practice, right? Maybe start with just static flicking from back here, then moving into movement. Personally, I don't like crouch peeking super long distances like this, so I wouldn't practice it, but if you like to do it, good for you. For me, I feel like you just get ripped, just instantly shit on. Doing it close, I feel like, is when you really you get value out of crouch peeking. So yeah, boom. Right, pretty simple. Okay, I see a lot of people come here and practice like spraying. Yeah, that can be good, but personally I like practicing it for the actual bots. Right. One thing that you're gonna want to kind of learn how to do, right? Shoot the spray on the wall. Okay, we're gonna shoot the spray on the wall again. Okay, as you can see, it's different each time, but there's one thing that always stays the same. It goes to the right. So when you're pulling down, if you pull a little bit at an angle, you usually will be good for a spray. Pulling straight down, you'll start to whiff towards here. But if you pull at an angle, that's how you're gonna do it. The Phantom is the same exact way, except it's just less. So pulling at sort of like a left diagonal angle when pulling down usually has never really failed me. So practicing your spray. And then now we're gonna wanna get into TDM or Deathmatch. Personally, you kind of need to know yourself. Do you have bad crosshair placement? You play Deathmatch. Do you have bad, like, reacting to utility, breaking utility before you can kill people, and overall just, like, fighting multiple people at once? Then you're going to want to play Team Deathmatch. For me, personally, I swap in between both. It's kind of up to you, right? And this is kind of all I really have for you on how to warm up, what you need to focus on, and realistically what you need to be doing when you're warming up. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. It's going to be pretty short, simple, and sweet, but I think that's what I need to do to make this as educational and not boring as possible. So please leave a like and subscribe if you like this. If you have any more questions about warm-up routines, Kovacs or aim labs, whatever, ask me. I'm not like an aim training guy, but I'm starting to get into it, and I think, you know, for people that are insane skill level, I can give you at least the tools to help you succeed and, you know, put you on the right direction. So please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see all of you later. Peace.